Welcome back to Eliances Heroes, where heroes in business align. To be part of our super community and find out more about Eliances, visit www.Eliances.com. Now, back to our super host, David Kogan, founder of Eliances.
Now listen up, there is no better show than the Eliances Hero Show. I mean, we started off with Peter Thomas, who is the former chairman of Century 21 Canada. And we had Dr. Love on, Mimiko Odegaard. You could reach her at drmimiko.com. And we just had on the former Arizona Cardinals NFL football player, Michael Bankston. But it doesn't stop. And by the way, too, thank you for the feedback that we had on our interview with John Edwards, the psychic medium. Wouldn't you say that, we all need help? And I don't think it's just from, a little bit. We all need help in some way. We definitely can use our handheld. And we have the coach, speaker, and author at the forefront of personal development in the field, Kenny Weiss. And you could reach Kenny at CoachKennyWeiss.com. And we'll also have the link on our website at Eliances.com. That's Eliances.com. Now, Kenny, what's the difference, though, between what you do and typical, because there are many business and executive coaches out there?
Well, the typical business or executive coach, it's all about the process. All right. They're going to look at how can you increase sales, marketing, things like that. Think of the show The Profit, right? When he goes in there, the first thing he tackles is the process, clean up delivery systems, all that kind of stuff. And that takes about 10 minutes. Well, if you've ever watched that show, the next 45 minutes is dealing with the people. Mm-hmm. My skill set is that piece, because an executive coach gives you the tools, but at some point in that process, we don't want to do it. An executive coach doesn't touch that part. That's where I step in.
Makes sense. I mean, that's absolutely amazing. But how did you know even the fact of that you wanted to go into this field? I mean, it's a unique niche that you have, which many people need. But how did you even find your way there?
Well, that's a long story. That's in my book, but to answer that would be long. I realized every single choice I made up to this point was leading me to this, teaching me how to do this, and how this process that I talk about in my book works in everybody. It's not a personality type. It's universal. It's how we all avoid the things. Really what it is, it's a fear of success. There is literally no such thing as the fear of failure. It's not possible. And I discuss that difference in the book. And so I learned that process through my own life, and then discovered, kind of how the difference shows up.
In fact, let's talk about that. The book is Your Journey to Success by Kenny Weiss. You could also get it at CoachKennyWeiss.com. We'll have the link on our website at Eliances.com, Eliances.com. And, of course, it's on Amazon.com and all the other places and stuff, because everybody's wanting to buy it. It's just, incredible. But what are maybe a couple of the secrets that you could share with us about the book, and go through just a couple?
Sure. Well, one is you'll discover that you've never been afraid to fail. It's success. We have no emotional marker for success, and that's why we choose failure repeatedly. Think of it. We've all laid in bed knowing what we need to do in our personal or professional life, right? But what do? We just don't feel like it. Well, I've never seen in any success book, all of them are great, by the way, but I've never seen anybody tackle that feeling other than just do it. Well, there are 10,000 success books. If just do it worked, we'd all be a success. So that's the other thing it tackles, is where that feeling comes from, why we all have it, and how to overcome it. And then the other thing is it'll show you that you're not afraid to fail, because while you lay in bed there knowing what to do and you don't do it, you've just chosen failure. So the fear is conquering that and having success. Those are just two things.
Does it also, Kenny, line up at all with depression and stuff? Because,
Sure.
Like you mentioned, I think everybody, every human has at some point laid in bed and just said, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Where am I going?
The result of all of that is every single one of us, universal, has been through trauma. We can't avoid it. I mean, our parents aren't taught anything about parenting. We aren't taught anything about parenting, relationships, or emotions. We've all been through trauma. And that's where that feeling was sparked from. So whether it's depression, whether it's addiction, all of those topics are brought up and shown, not just scientifically how that fear of success shows up. But life experientially, through my clients and myself is how I show it through the book.
And again, you're listening to me, David Kogan, host of the Eliances Hero Show, the only place where entrepreneurs align. Go to Eliances.com. That's Eliances.com, where you may have the opportunity to see Kenny live at one of our roundtables, because Kenny is part of the Eliances community. And Kenny, when you go up there and you present in front of all of these entrepreneurs and celebrities and mentors and so on, people they're captivated by you. How is that?
I think it's because I went and found how broken I am. We're taught to avoid all that. And I finally, I had been through so much in my life that I got tired of hurting. And so I kept trying to figure it out. And once I figured it out, it created a comfort. And so we're drawn to things like that. And that's really what I think you see is I'm okay with my brokenness.
Tell me what it was like for you and what it has been like for you to be part of the Eliances community too.
The connections, the willingness to help. I mean, obviously here, I wouldn't be here if it weren't for Eliances and the ability to share what I do and everything. The quality of people. People have gone out of their way. I did a radio interview yesterday. It started from an Alliance referral, So that willingness to help. You go to so-called networking groups, and everyone confesses that. And usually it happens if it crosses your plate, right? The difference I've seen is the second you make a request of I'd like help with this, it gets acted on. And that's probably the biggest thing I've seen.
And again, we're talking with Coach Weiss.com. You can reach me at CoachKennyWeiss.com. Your Journey to Success. This is the book that you can get at his website. We'll have the link on our website, Eliances.com, or of course Amazon or anywhere else. You won't be able to put it down. In fact, too, you may be thinking and driving in your car, and you're like, I don't have time to be able to read. I'm always driving from client to client. Kenny, what's the secret, though, of your book that they could do?
Well, I've got it on Audible, too.
That's right. So there's no excuse. You could do that now. Go to Audible. You could download it. In fact, what's unique about it is when you go to Audible, now, Kenny didn't just hire someone to read the book. He actually, you read it yourself. Yeah,
I did all the reading and everything because I weave my story in, my client's stories in, and the emotion of it. It's like we were talking before this. To me, this book, because it's a book that it will really stretch you. And so the way to really process this book, it'd be also because of how the brain and body work. I think you need to listen to it first without stopping or trying to figure or do any of the exercises or any of the processes I talk about. Just listen to it, then go back and read it and do the work. And then we're turning it into a 12-month curriculum that will roll out here shortly.
Now, Kenny, you have your own children. Now, what advice, though, do you have for your children or others about handling, because you've mentioned a number of times in the interview, a key word of emotions, and growing up to really be emotion and get your arms around that. What secrets would you share with them?
The first secret is literally every single choice we make is based on what we feel. All Success book is talking about thought. Well, your thoughts are a byproduct of what you feel. Remember Joe, the actor, is in here. Did you hear how he described how he got into acting? It was all emotion. Listen to anybody whenever they talk. When they describe, listen to how many times they say, I feel. They're making every single choice based on their feeling, but yet we haven't been taught a single thing about feelings other than don't have them, don't talk about them, don't deal with them. I love like business executives. I don't bring emotions into the boardroom. Well, the way your brain works, every bit of information you ever take in comes through the backside of your brain. I won't get into it, but the emotional center. You literally can't get to thought before you feel first. So if you aren't, especially in business, if you aren't growing emotionally, that's why your business is stuck.
Well, I got to tell you, Kenny, you've helped lead others on their journey to success. Pick up the copy of Your Journey to Success by going to CoachKennyWeiss.com or Eliances.com. David Kogan with Eliances.
You have been listening to Eliances Heroes, where heroes in business align. Eliances is the destination for entrepreneurs, investors, CEOs, inventors, leaders, celebrities, and startups. To present your superpower, visit www.eliances.com.